Hey guys, welcome back to 1UPmang Game Review. Today I'm going to be going over and reviewing the Marvel Avengers Beta. I've been playing it over the weekend and I have quite a few things to say about it. And I did want to just mention before we go ahead and hop into the video, follow me on Twitter at 1UPmang. I do plan on doing about a video a week, so stay tuned. I should have a video up next week. I'm still deciding which video I want to do, which review I want to do, but if you have any suggestions, go ahead and comment in the comments below. Please like, subscribe, and hopefully you enjoy this video. Now, Marvel's Avengers, it takes place on A-Day, is the Avengers celebration. It's a celebration of the Avengers. During that time, during these festivities, there's an attack on Golden Gate Bridge, and so it actually leads into a tutorial. And you start off as Thor, and Thor, all the characters actually have a light attack, which you use with square, and a heavy attack, which you use with triangle. Heroic abilities are kind of like special abilities, and depending on the character, you use them in different ways. So with Thor, and since it's just a tutorial, it's just the beta, they only give you so much as far as the abilities for some of the characters. But one of the heroic abilities of Thor is the Warrior Fury, and if you press L1, he'll basically go into like a rage, and he gets stronger. He does more damage with that ability, and you combine the light attacks and strong attacks to different combinations to use against your enemies. And then with all the characters, you've got the hand-to-hand melee kind of abilities, and then you have ranged abilities. So with Thor, his ranged ability, if you hold L2, it'll kind of put you in like a crosshair situation where you can throw a hammer. And then with throwing the hammer, it damages damages the enemies, and you can also use it to break walls, break through barriers. And the next person you play as is Iron Man in the tutorial. Same, you've got the light attack, you've got the heavy attack. With Iron Man, he obviously has the ability to fly. So if you press into L3, I think he goes into like the flying ability, and you shoot your beam shots with R2, and square when you're actually in the flying position, and then R2 with you're actually aiming ranged attack. And then you descend with circle, ascend with X. So he's got a few more abilities there. Hulk is going to be the next person you play next. Same heavy attacks, a combination of high, heavy, and light attacks. Give you different combinations and abilities. His ranged attacks is he actually picks up a rock or picks up debris from the ground and tosses it. His abilities include the Fury Smash, which is like he goes crazy, he starts smashing on the ground, and then he's got a Thunderclap, which he slams both his hands together, makes a radio kind of wave that knocks enemies back, and they take damage. Then you've got Captain America. He's got his heroic ability is going to be the steamroller, and you access that with R1. Captain America spins and throws a shield, and it hits multiple enemies. And then we move into the next character is Black Widow. And Black Widow, she's got the pistols, the dual wielding pistols for the range. She also has that grapple ability with R2, and her heroic is Feel Shadow. She actually takes on Taskmaster, which is the end of the story. And then you'll jump into the story. They skip from like the very beginning of the story. So this takes place 5 years after the events of A-Day, and the Avengers were disbanded. They were basically outlawed during the attack on that day against Taskmaster. So the Avengers have been completely disbanded, and so it jumps from basically that point to where you're playing Kamala Khan with Ms. Marvel, and at that point you've already met up with a the Hulk, Bruce Banner, or we've already met up with him, so they don't really give you much information on how you guys, Miss Marvel, meets up with Bruce Banner. At this location, your main mission is to invade an AIM facility, which has intel on S.H.I.E.L.D. And AIM ends up taking the place of the Avengers, so it's this technology company started by this tech guru who creates robots to protect the citizens of. So you're invading this lab with the Hulk and Kamala Khan, which she has some very interesting abilities. She's got extending legs and arms like Mr. Fantastic from the Fantastic Four. She's also got this heroic ability. One of her heroic abilities is to actually turn into like a giant. So she's actually a giant in one of the abilities. And her attacks are stronger. She can jump, and like when she lands on the ground and shakes the ground, damages nearby enemies. And she's got a healing heroic ability, and she's got a high five ability, which is an ability that basically she throws her hand out and it extends even larger, like almost like a giant hand. And her ranged ability is aim her fist, and then she just punches outward. So that's her ranged ability. Near the end of this mission, Kamala Khan runs into Abomination, and then Hulk smashes into Abomination like at the right time, and you battle Abomination as the Hulk. And that actually ends out the story mission that the beta allows you to play. Now, the characters do have gear that you can equip to make your character stronger. So you got Nancy's, which are melee gears to increase your melee ability, Enhancer to increase the range ability, Component, which is the defensive gear, increase your defense, and Stimulator, which is a higher level for your heroic gear. You can power boost all of your gear, so gear items and artifacts will allow you to increase the power level, the power of your gear, so higher defense, higher strength, things like that. You get collectibles, intel, codex, and comics actually. The comic collection, if you get a collection of comics, it will increase the percentage of your stats. You got multiple skill trees for each characters, different outfits for each characters. Now at this point, you have the ability to do missions from the war table, and you get to drop at a different place on the map, and you might infiltrate an AIM facility to assisting shield agents on a mission. You can also do this with like the online matchmaking. Now with my matchmaking, like initially when I tried it the first couple times, I waited maybe 20 minutes and I didn't get anyone. And I tried to launch the campaign, but it wouldn't let me launch until I found someone. And then I tried it again later on, and it would let me launch without someone. So I don't know if that was something on my end. Maybe I wasn't doing anything properly, but I did eventually find someone to play with. And since this is part of the beta, you can play as Hulk, Iron Man, Kamala, and Black Widow. And as I said, you can do these missions alone with adding CPU companions to help you on the mission. And then you also have the ARM training facility, which allows you to train with different characters, and you can also do missions in there. So those are where your main missions are going to be. That brief story mission is, just maybe 20-30 minutes of gameplay, and then you've got the tutorial beforehand. Everything else you can do is just those missions from the war table, and then using the ARM training facility. Now, though there isn't much as far as the story mission goes, this beta has quite a bit of things to do in it. I was actually pretty surprised how much I'm able to experience with all the different characters. They're all very different, obviously. They all play very uniquely, and there's a lot of fun playing, each character for a good amount of time. So there is quite a bit to do. I would, if you're looking to test out the beta, I would test it out. I had a pretty good amount of fun with it. I will be honest, I don't know if I plan on actually picking up the game, and obviously there's the addition of Spider-Man for the PlayStation 4 players, which I have a PlayStation, so I might pick it up. I'm still deciding. beta is a lot of fun. It's a lot more fun than honestly I would have thought. I know some people are, at least I saw it, some people weren't excited for it, or some people were saying it's not a great game. But for what it is, I thought they did pretty good so far. Again, this is just beta. Some people might think there's not very much to do, but with those war table missions, there's quite a few of them, and they take a while to do, 10, 15 minutes, probably at the most. Though there's not a lot of variety with those missions, it does give you a chance to play it with different characters and play it with people online and friends, and you can even play it by yourself. There's lots of pickups and lots of stuff to upgrade your gear. So for a beta, they packed a pretty good amount in here, but you still get access to most characters. So if you're interested, I would check it out for sure. Now, I will say in the beta, after the tutorial, you don't get to play as Thor or Captain America, so that's a little bit of a downside, and that might be a huge downside for some people who play these characters more extensively after the tutorial, but you do get access to all the other characters. I enjoy just picking up and playing it, throwing on the beta, downloading it, throwing on the beta just to have something to kind of occupy my time this weekend and just try something new. It's definitely worth picking up the beta at the very least. Take a few hours to play, just to get an idea of what it's like, what you're expecting. Now, since it's a beta, again, they're probably going to change quite a few things. They're going to add some stuff. We still got a while before the game actually comes out. But overall, it was a pretty fun experience. It is kind of what you'd expect from a game like this, but they still add a lot for the beta. So, you're going to be sick in your teeth with games. And it's nice to know what you're going to be getting with the overall product. Let me know what you guys think. If you guys played the beta, if you guys are planning on playing the beta. I think it actually closes out today. I think it's going to reopen again soon. I'm not sure the exact dates, but let me know if you're going to be playing it. Let me know if you're going to play the game, pick the game up. Let me know if you're excited for the game. Let me know if you're not. For those of you that have the PS4 version, how are you feeling about the addition of Spider-Man? For me, that's exciting, but again, I don't know if I'm going to pick this game up at all anyway. For those of you that aren't with the PlayStation 4, I don't know if you guys will plan on picking that up at all either. I know it's kind of like it would, I don't know, to me it would feel kind of weird picking it up and not being able to play as an additional character. I know it's a huge controversial move that they decided to do that, but overall, it's it's an Avengers game for sure. If you're a fan of the Avengers, if you're a fan of the movies, if you're a fan of that universe and that world, I would at least give the chance to the beta. It does seem like they worked really, really hard on it, obviously. I will say the character models, they're not my cup of tea, and I know a lot of people might have an issue with it because they don't really look so much like the actors from the movies. For me, it's not really that so much. It's just that I feel like the models just look kind of strange. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just me. But again, it's a well-made game. Graphics are great. Sounds great. Crisp, clear. It definitely feels like when you're making the actions happen, they really reflect that in the sounds and what's happening on the screen. So there's detail. I wouldn't write this game off. I know some people are. I wouldn't just write this game off, but at the same time, I don't know if I'm going to be picking it up, and it's just kind of my own preference. I just thought, hey, let's try the beta. We'll see how it looks, how it plays, what I think of it, see what other people might think of it, just get an idea, and hopefully those who want to get it end up getting it. Those who want to try out the beta, I would say try it out. Let me know what you think. Please like the video if you like it. Please let me know what any other reviews you might be interested in seeing me do. Hopefully I'll have another review out next week. Still decided which game putting on the channel here, but let me know. Again, all support is appreciated. Like the video, comment, share it, and I'll speak with you guys soon. Thank you again. Later.